Hepinize merhaba arkadaşlar. Ben Ayşem Faruk. Bugün sizlerle beraber Hocam Kid'in yeni bir oyun oynayacağız.
With your winning face, I'd hate to see you lose.
We underestimated the Constant.
Yeah, he's a glorified desk clerk.
He's not just after the money. He wants it all.
We caught him once, we can do it again. And, well, we're not the ones who let him escape.
You still don't trust her.
I don't like executive decision makers.
Haklı.
Look, you don't have to follow her, you know? Soon, this will be over. Maybe it's time to think about the future. You have to face the possibility that there's no going back. If the ICA knows what you did,
She'll make it right. She always does.
we have a fix on Carlisle. Come on. We've got a plane to catch. I hope you like the rain, 47.
Yağmurdan nefret ederim.
Miss Birdwood,
How did you...
I have everyone's number. You really ought to know by now.
You planned this? All of it?
Don't be silly. I just played the hand I was dealt.
We'll find you.
You had me. Where'd that get you?
We handed you an empire.
It's for the best. The partners were complacent, set in their ways. But power is more than just security. Providence can be an agent of change. Surely you understand. Or you will. Soon enough.
Ne oluyor? Ne oluyor? Ne oluyor? Yangın yeri. Buralar sayende. Hikayen. Ailede ölüm. Ölüm dediğin nedir ki gülüm? Ben senin için ölümü göze almışım.
She came home.
Carlisle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Ben yaparım kardeşim. Çek. Baba gel. Aa! Yangın yeri.
Phineas Whitmer, private investigator. I have an appointment with Madame Carlisle.
Please wait. Mr. Whitmer is here to see Madame Carlisle. You can go right in.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator hired by Madame Carlisle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47. A famous private investigator summoned by Alexa Carlisle.
Ne yapacağımız belli. O temizlikçi falan var burada. Bunlar bot mu lan? Yanda adam ölmüş. Şöyle bir yere alayım ya.
Hey, how are you? Sir, I will have to check you if you want to pass, okay?
Oho. O silah atayım öyle gireyim. Silah bu çimenliğin içinde unutma.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Bu de iyi görünüyorum. Ben
Okay,
müfettiş geliyordu.
thank you, sir. This will be over in no time.
Hadi seri.
Good. You're clean and good to go.
Mr. Whitmer,
Sizinle
thank you for
tanışmak bir
coming on
onurdur.
such short notice. A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very well. I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good.
Al kralım biliyor her şeyi.
Fernsby will take over from here.
I am Mr. Fernsby, the butler.
Evet.
Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible. Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've travelled from London.
Az
Do you care
olursa.
for some refreshments, or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
I prefer to get started.
As
Benim
you
başlayacağım.
wish. If you'll follow me, sir.
Burada ne var abi?
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem affected by the rather unusual situation. I trust I do not need to remind you that there will be consequences if word gets out that Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Before you inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother. He was found dead in his bed this morning. The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room. However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've
Kardeşim ben
prepared
halledeceğim.
some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
A locked room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this. Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Ölürsem acaba kimse görür mü ya? Çoğu itesim geldi ya bunu. Dayanamıyorum. Böyle kaydederim de sonra.
A hidden door.
Vay.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how the door was locked from the inside. A photocopy of the floor plans. Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. You've likely not exhausted the room for clues, 47. Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Morgan, Yates, and Cohn. I need to get a listing of asset transfers from the Carlisle account HTC depot number 5085. No, I needed a...
Aşağı indik.
Yes, I'll hold. Yes, I'm still here. It doesn't exist.
Sürükleyemiyorum adamı. Gel lan. Oğlum.
This all confirms that Arthur Edwards stole everything from Madame Carlisle. Perhaps you should let her know how bad it is, 47.
Yangın geliyor. Aa, burada da gizli geçit var lan. Burada her yerde gizli geçit. Aa, nereye geldik?
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlisle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlisle.
Davayı çözeceğim, rahat ol.
This is very useful information, 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Birilerini öldürmek istiyor. Var mı burada öldürülecek adam?
Why waste away in front of the books when you can play like that? Emma.
Why don't we get any kind of explanation? It's bloody rude, that's what it is. Come here to play funeral and then show up like nothing's the least bit strange.
Don't get your knickers all twisted.
I'm telling you, she's not fit to be in charge.
Şüpheliler kimdir abi?
Hello there. sir.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Sorgulayacağım ben.
You know who I am, who my grandmother was, right? Just relax. It'll be fine. You get your returns. Don't worry. Give Anthony a call, okay?
Did you fall for one of
Hey,
these? So I...
No, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Same.
Tercih mi ediyorsun?
A kiss?
Bu kanser oldum ha. Kimle konuşacağım? Şüpheliler kim? Nereye gidip bu karıyı öldüremeyiz.
It must have been awful. Do you think it was a suicide?
I don't know. Madame Carlyle certainly doesn't think so. Why else would she have asked that detective to come here?
But murder was the blood.
Hiç yok mu ya şeyim?
About is those swollen eyes.
Ne bu? İnsanları yalnız bırak. Ölüm. Ölüm.
Hello, this is Cassandra Cox, Edward's ex-wife. I don't know what's going on at your house, but Edward is losing it again. He seems to believe that Alexa has come back from the dead, and that he has to write the eulogy for some make-believe funeral event. I still have a restraining order on him, so whoever gets his message now that he's dead, better than under control. Otherwise...
Estağfurullah. Burada indireceğim de onu. Kendi ölümünü kendin yazdın ha.
Ailede has been circulating online.
It just reminds me of something.
Acayip. Ne fark ettin ya suçu?
That's a human being.
Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.
Ondan da kapıyı açtım zaten. Düşeceğim lan burada. Oğlum sesini bulmamış mıydım ben? Yeri gözüküyordu. Allah Allah. Koklayarak mı bulacağım artık? Sallayayım. Az önce vardı burada portre dosyası. Bakayım. Allah Allah. Garip. Hayat olsun ya. Yükleyeceğim yeniden. Neredeydik en son? 33, 37 geçe.
From the dead, and that he has to write the eulogy for some make-believe funeral event. I still have the restraining order on him, so whoever gets this message now that Alexa is dead better get him under control. Otherwise, I see no other way.
Bu şüpheliler kimdir?
Patrick Carlisle.
I've been through worse.
Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything.
What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy.
I don't have to worry about the... Oh, that really scared me. Security! You need to deal with this guy right away!
Something really bad is happening!
Oh no!
Oğlum saçmalamayın. Aşık oldum.
Whoa, stop right there!
No sudden movements, mister.
Trust me.
Ağlayacağım, ağlayacağım, ağlayacağım, ağlayacağım. Şurayı onaylasana bir. Karıyı öldürüyorum. Aa diyor ki dava dosyasını bu.
I understand, but you
Dava
need to
dosyası
talk to
nerede? Bak hele buraya.
Calm down.
Bak şu telefonu.
Yes, I understand. I'm sure we can come to some arrangement. But you really need to talk to Anthony. He's the man with the papers. Listen, you know who I am, who my grandmother was, right? Just relax.
Did you want to check on that undertaker in charge of the funeral? I got word he's upset with Madame Carlyle.
Everything's in order.
Hey, how you doing?
Bak hepsini böyle tak tak tak vurasım geldi. Vurarım aslında dur. Olur. Ses vurucu silahım yok.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
I received the bolt token removed from Patrick London's bank. Did I understand correctly?
Excuse me, sir. Seems like you're not cleared to come through here. Sorry.
She holds the other one. I want her to have the file on Arthur Edwards if I die.
Do not fear that she will be in trouble if she knows.
She will start digging when she realizes things don't add up, inevitably getting her in trouble. I'd rather she knew who she's up against. She's clever and resourceful. Who knows, maybe she'll be able to hit him where it hurts. But I don't want her to get involved prematurely. Hopefully she'll never have to get involved at all. If you only knew what we face. I wonder what you would do. Regroup, close the gates and wait it out.
Patrick
You know, I told
Carlyle.
Patrick off.
Can you
I'm
tell
not
me where you
interested
were
in someone
yesterday
who bosses
evening?
you around like that.
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. So, is that it?
Just remembered I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is. Or I lost my find a Draker. Now, a good idea. Yeah.
Mr. Patrick, can I do anything for you?
Yes, actually. Could you speed up time so I don't die from boredom? I fear I may not survive an entire weekend in this shithole.
Perhaps a brisk walk in the garden would do you good.
I said speed up time, not my passing. Now just go away, will you?
Of course, sir. I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Creepy old git.
May I get you anything, Mr. Patrick?
Privacy? Maybe stop keeping an eye on me? Who put you up to this? Mother?
Just during my rounds.
Right. God, I hate this place. I totally get why Zachary's such a weirdo. I'm losing it, and I only arrived yesterday. He didn't leave Thornbridge for 50 years.
I'd prefer it if you didn't speak ill of the dead, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, well, if there's nothing...
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Nasıl yok lan? Söylenmeli.
Patrick talking to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Of course.
Kardeşim benim tek istediğim şey şu dosya. Şeyi verin de gideyim anasını. Yayınlan beni. Sak yürek. Ya konuşamıyor muyuz ya? Başka şüpheli var mı bilmiyorum ki.
Rebecca Carlyle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Anlamıyorum seni.
Dear Tans, I bet Mother spent the last week at her Cyprus estate. Am I
Diyorum yine
right?
kapanmıyor.
Oh, come on. I need to know what's going on.
Ya bana şu dava dosyasını bul Allah'ım. Bayıyacağım.
Gregory Carlyle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30 for a pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Is that all? Not very thorough, are you?
Tell me about Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit heavy on the bottle, but who could blame him? Only company he had was his rare plant and Mother, who travels more than she Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger ball.
Oğlum merkezdeki sorgulayacak mıymışım? Gücüm var benim. Aktif miyim ben anasını satayım ya? Kaç tane sorgulayayım yeter.
Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a
Parayı 100
suspect.
kere öldürmüşüm
I need
ben.
to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed. Everyone can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink.
Dahil beni sorguluyorsun.
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior.
Next stand. You have a way with words.
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad. I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that. Letting him believe she was dead.
Dahi kaybetmezse kanser olup oyunu sileceğim.
Her strong suit.
Ha, bunu sorguladık, bunu sorguladık. Emma kardeşle bunu da sorguladık. Edward mı kaldı bu yok bir tane?
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my collections in the
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmire, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Ya kardeşim ben
Gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance. Mary is so upset, and she's never seen a dead body before.
adam nerededir? Ya ben niye müfettişçilik yapıyorum ya? Ben suikastçıyım kardeşim yani.
Sir, you dropped something.
Ah buldum seni.
Professor Edward Carlyle, can you tell me your whereabouts for last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary. I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort. I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Bak.
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk. Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff, all the company he had. Anything else I can do to help?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Abi nasıl mazereti doğrulanır o? Hani mazereti doğrulandı. Ve bu uzun.
Madam Carlyle wants to respect the arrangements.
Huh? Is that those bloody idiots messing around again?
Madam Carlyle wants to inspect the arrangements for the staged funeral tomorrow. What's the delay?
It's the birds. They're making a racket, droppings everywhere. The Undertaker wants them gone before he'll see Madame Carlyle. He's in a right state. So, unless you want to take on the birds, I suggest you stay clear of him.
Oh, no, my...
Madame Carlyle is still going ahead with her staged funeral tomorrow, and she wants to...
Horrible. Safer for everyone if I just wait here till he says he's ready.
Why are you sneaking around like that? Weird.
They're impossible to hit, devious bastards.
What was that sound? Hey, come out. Everyone's there. Fine. Oh my god! Hey, someone there? Well, nothing there.
Finally, the birds are gone. Just let go,
Use it.
That's a little too close.
Görme beni, görme beni. Evet olsun, kim gördü?
That is your really drunk friend you're dragging around.
Bakalım zor görürler baba.
I'm ready to show Madame Carlyle the funeral arrangements.
You got rid of the birds?
Yes.
Perfect. I'll let her know.
Mr. Parsons is ready to see Madame Carlyle.
Vallahi yoruldum artık, yıldıza bas.
meet in a hall. None of that embalming shit.
Well done, 47. Madame Carlyle is on her way. I wonder how she will like her final rest.
I don't mind we kept waiting. I trust we can be efficient now I'm here.
I can be very efficient, Madame Carlyle.
What's that picture of me doing here? What an awful idea. I want it removed before the ceremony tomorrow. I must say I don't care much for the choice of flowers either. I need a moment to consider what I want. What's that podium?
What? Command, we've got a casualty.
That's Madame Carlyle taken care of. Time to get the file on Arthur Edwards.